Michael J. Flores.
The very enthusiastic Michael J. Flores.
We're making the commentary booth handsome after a day of what I can only assume is hideousness, given the fact that not even hands are exposed. They're covered by ravenous ballots.
Indeed.
Let's see. What is my mailing list saying? Selden is so good, says Tom. Tom could have been here. He's not here. Brian's dominance is honestly mind-blowing. He's been playing on a completely different level, says Fran. Fran could have been here. I don't know why he's not here.
So we got the Dreadnought kind of mirror. Blue-black versus mono-blue.
Do we have deck lists, Will? I think that everyone watching this is just like wants to see Brian's deck list so that they can copy it.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly do.
I mean, it seems for the most part pretty stock until you get to the Parallax Tides and the Factories.
No, it's the Flash Vincent. So we had the same idea of doing of hybridizing Dreadnought and Tide combo because they cross over at Stifle, right?
Certainly.
But I think that the Flash of Insights are just absolutely absurd.
How many is he running?
I cast at least 3.
Okay.
Right? So
Wow.
it was...
I mean, when I have played Mono Blue Dreadnought, the Flash of Insight has always overperformed.
Did you have 3?
I never had more than 1.
Well, was it in your sideboard?
It was main in the Mono Blue and sideboard in the Blue White.
Well, he cast a number of large Flash of Insights against the red-green Oath opponent he had last round and was so far ahead. I think he was casting like Dreadnought combo for like 8 mana.
Yeah.
Through, like multiple he's just like hard cast Gush through multiple Sphere of Resistance.
Yeah.
Dr. Magnolia says 2 main, 1 side. What are you, Doctor Strange? You can oh, well, fine. Oh, it's actually, okay, so no one knows what Will just said to me. So I'm just going to riff on my Doctor Strange thing. It's like, I guess, I have an Infinity Stone. I can see through all of these times or whatever. But, you don't know what Will said. Just assume that what I said is hilarious and also accurate. I didn't get any sleep last night.
I don't think a lot of us did.
So, yeah, so it's a long day. So Mike Coyle, blue-black Dreadnought. Mike Coyle is a local player repping the Duress crew, and he's like the only member of the Duress crew who actually plays Duress. Is that what I've heard?
I believe so. They often do not. He also, I was talking with Nick a little earlier, and he seems to be the one member of the Duress crew that is least into Premodern. He's more of a legacy player. And so the fact that he's made it this far is kind of insane.
So he likes like grief and initiative cards.
Like he doesn't think Premodern is powerful enough.
It's probably not if you only play grief initiative cards. And probably Nadu, I guess. Is that a thing you would play in Legacy?
I think it's a thing in Legacy, but my knowledge of
I
modern Magic is very low.
I wouldn't know. And hopefully the people listening to us wouldn't know either.
Grief is banned.
We know grief is banned in Legacy. That's why it's funny. If I have to explain to you why it's funny, well, that's on you. Wrong. I don't know who.
Blue on black is hard to read.
Yeah, it's hard to read. Okay. Brian Selden is challenging Brian Selden as the incumbent LOBSTERCON champion.
Indeed.
He probably doesn't have enough room on his mantle for all of the lobsters, as well as the 1998 Magic the Gathering World Championship.
I mean, if you get both of them, do you have it so that the lobsters are touching claws on the shelf?
That sounds a little blue. I don't know if you would ask that question in front of children.
Well, it's definitely better than turning one around.
This is this is a family show, Mike Harris. Let's see. Tell us about Coyle's rings. Is there a blue and a black mana symbol in there? I don't know. I can't see his rings. They're behind a ravenous ballot. I can't see any better than you. I guess I could walk over to the stage and be, excuse me, sir, can I see your rings?
Can we see the rings? Can
Chat
you just
would like to
splay
know
them
if
out
there are
in
blue and
front?
black mana symbols on them. But the world will never know. And I'm sorry, Dr. Magnolia, you're just not going to get an answer on this. Let's see what's going on.
I think Yeah, Selden does not seem to be
Selden
in his
is using
chair.
the restroom. Oh, okay.
I think it deserves that.
Why are there ravenous ballasts in the middle of the?
The worry was because it's being projected out there. Players are playing with their hands open, and there's a possibility somebody could react to seeing something in the hands in a way that could impact.
You mean a bunch of drunken Magic players who like blurt something out?
Something like that. That was the thought process behind the bailouts.
So it wasn't that one of the players sitting on the side could see.
No, it
Okay.
was the audience could in theory see and react in a way that could let something.
We can check out the rings. It doesn't look like there's a blue and a black mana symbol to me right now, but maybe I'm wrong.
Dress crew in full force out there.
Yeah, there's what, about a dozen of them out there?
Let's see. I don't think that there's blue and black mana symbols. On balance, there's blue and black mana symbols on his cards. Some of them have, blue mana symbols. Some of them black mana symbols. Some of them have no mana symbols at all because they're lands.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Well,
what
they have mana symbols on them.
lands have mana.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess just in a different place.
In a different spot.
You're a genius. so smart.
Unless you're playing Alpha Beta Unlimited lands.
All right, so Selden is an 8 pile shuffle is like the worst pile shuffle. Like it's
Yeah, you gotta do 6.
I do 10, but like 8 is I don't approve of 8.
It's gotta be a round number.
I guess you could do 4. 8 is kind of like a variation.
do
of
4.
But it's
Could
not.
even do 5.
Yeah,
Get
5
12.
is 5 is dangerously close to getting banned.
60 is just such a wonderful number. Divides by so many things.
Fran
does
says he
7?
does 7.
What?
I think he doesn't. I think he doesn't understand.
That's crazy. That's
Yes, sir.
absolutely crazy.
Maybe that's just how they do it where he comes from. Those DN hands he just did lol. What are you is that Zoomer talk? Is that
Dreadnought hands?
Oh, those Dreadnought hands he just did I don't know. I like 6 for ease of counting. Yeah,
Yeah, 6
that's
for
an
ease of
excellent
counting,
number.
Precisely.
Okay, Tom says 7. Tom is just crazy like Fran, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're in their little click. Their 7 click.
7 and last round I do 4.
All right,
Why?
we get the fist bump.
Wait, so you could be confused? Coyle's energy is what convinced Bilbo to give the ring to Gandalf. Oh, wow, he's a very powerful mage then. Is Brian giving away a nightmare to everyone he plays against? I wonder how many he has lol.
Yes, he was.
He was? So he's like Flint.
His world championship deck nightmares.
No, oh, recurring nightmares. Excellent.
Not nightmare the creature.
I'm
going
to give away nightmares now. So
this is what it's like playing against me.
Maker Mav, next year I will bring 8 nightmares, and I will give those away.
Yeah.
I do need to bring 11 nightmares, Will. I do need to bring. I lost.
Don't sell yourself short.
I lost in round 8. I'm very sad still. I do 7 as well, 8 per pile, then 4 different. Why do people do these weird numbers?
I have no idea. I'm a fan of a nice round number.
Yeah, like it just dovetails into your shuffling. Okay, who's going first? Who was the higher seed? Oh, so Selden was 5 and Mike was 7. Oh, so both of these guys came from the bottom bracket.
Yeah.
That's only in pre-modern. In contemporary Magic, whoever goes first wins all the time. So the idea of someone coming from the bottom bracket would be verboten. All right, first turn. Portent myself, says Brian Selden. Brian Selden has cast more portents on his opponents in the last hour than I have cast on my opponents lifetime.
Ever.
Like lifetime.
All right, we get a duress from the duress crew. And they cheer.
All right, what do we got here? A daze, a foil, and
2
impulse,
foils.
and another foil, and a Mishra's Factory, and an island. This hand is not very good. Doesn't have any parts.
No. I'm guessing he was thinking he wanted to play control early. And he's got the draw to just, like, find it. But when you're up against blue-black, that's a bit harder.
Duress. That single duress is summoned all of the enthusiasm of the entire crew, as far as I can tell. Okay, so and then he can play now around days now.
Takes the
He
days.
takes the days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe he's just. Oh, is he just gonna jimmy jam?
So he can't daze to return an island to use both foils.
But maybe he's just. I don't know why you would take days if you could play around days, unless he's mana tight. I don't know. Mishra's Factory. Like, what is that? Like a Chronicles Mishra's Factory? It's poo.
It's white bordered.
Do you daze this duress MTG? Oh, Phil. You're missed, Phil. You're not talking about 7 pile shuffles. So you can be missed. All right. Portent myself also. So Mike didn't, I guess, watch all of the times that Selden portented his opponent. He doesn't know about the new portent the opponent technologies. How many times have you portented your opponent?
I can count it on one hand.
And one hand, and then and you've won a 1K with this.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
I usually don't portent my opponent unless it's late game.
So I was discussing this with Lanny. He's like, maybe it's a leak that we don't portent our, And then I came to the conclusion that mostly when I'm playing portent, I'm playing it in a deck. I'm using it to get an advantage, and my advantage doesn't have to last very long, right? You just attack twice or whatever. But Selden is attacking with a 2/2
right,
for
the
6
factory.
turns. So it's just in a different context.
I mean, he's definitely playing a more control version, and portent the opponent is a control move.
All right, so Selden's probably just going to transform his entire hand with this single impulse. It's probably just going to be...
And that's a good reason not to portent your opponent.
6 ancestral
when
recalls.
he has impulse.
I like... So, somebody who I can't read also because of the black background. I like to portent my opponent when I've got a meddling mage in hand that I can immediately follow with. Oh, exciting. So you take 2 cards that are just good on their own, portent and meddling mage, and make them into a combo.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like the old duress meddling mage combo.
Very exciting.
Significantly less
I
information.
think Mike Coyle has an exciting...
Another duress.
Mike's basics game is hella strong. People really like that, Lightning Urza Saga Island.
But that's Brian's.
That's why I'm responding to what Fran said. So a duress in response, an impulse. So I guess Brian is trying to put a really good card into his hand so that it can be duressed. Maybe not. What do we got here? Oh, so he's just making it so that he'll
make
take
it all
foil.
lands.
Yeah. I guess there's good and bad things about this, right? So the duress was kind of blunted, but at the same time, his hand is 3 islands and a foil, which ain't beating no one.
Right. Although he is the only one with board presence right now.
He can send for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
I think he does.
Boom. 16
oh,
to
he didn't
20.
push it all the way to the red zone.
16 to 20. All right. Untap, underground. Fran co-signed strong basic island. Okay, well, if there's one cover spell, this game is going to be pretty short. And it is a stifle. And it is
so he goes
a foil.
for the foil on the stifle.
Any cover spell is what
And I
we
can't
need here.
imagine he doesn't.
Well, I mean,
knows
why
about
else?
the foil.
Yeah, so he ancestral recalls here, 3 for 1.
This seems like a situation where you foil the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yep,
something.
because he has a backup vision charm.
That's something I talked about on the Spike Colony
It
recently.
was.
People are asking which one you fight in the mirror, and the answer is the Dreadnought for exactly this reason.
Mm-hmm. Precisely. Because usually you would not think of it, but
You also
this
get
case,
it's a virtual 2 for 1 anyway, because without the Dreadnought, the enabler cards don't do anything really.
right. It's a very good point.
All right,
So I guess Brian didn't get that memo.
it's going to be 20 to 14, and then it's quickly going to be 14 to 8.
Life totals will be changing. Oh.
Oh!
Vision
Counter
charms.
Magia.
Oh.
Counter Magia. Here it comes. 14 to
Mercadian
8.
Masks counter.
Oh, porting my opponent. Is it going to be? Oh, I thought it was going to be porting my opponent. That would have been so exciting. Don't you need to discard a blue spell? No, Shaky owns 508. You need to discard an island for foil, not a blue spell. It is not Force of Will.
It's an island and any other card.
All right, and that is an impulse for, like, I don't know.
Chain of Vapor? Does he have those made?
Doesn't look like it's in the top. Oh, there
Yeah,
is a
it's a Chain of Vapor. Mm-hmm.
Okay, a Chain of Vapor. That's a pretty good answer, actually.
It is. Boom. Oh, no.
Oh, what is going to happen? Oh,
Opt
an
and
opt.
response.
So
Okay.
this
Is,
just
it a counter? Put it on the bottom.
no, what if it's just like an enabler? If it's just like a Vision Charm or something, you just take it and then recast the Dreadnought the next turn.
Yeah, you're right there. All right. Dreadnought goes back.
That was a sweet desperation play on the part of Selden.
Replays. Stifles.
Yeah. And Selden with...
Yeah, man. Chain of Vapor. Why don't more Mono Blue Dreadnought decks play Chain of Vapor?
Because they don't have the Tide combo.
But even if they don't, like, just think about you almost never have creatures out. Well, I guess it's really bad if you have your Dreadnought out. All right, and that is it.
All right, Mike Coyle with game one. Double duress. Cut apart Selden's hand, which was pretty not powerful hand once we saw it. It was, I guess it was like one of those hands that, like, it has resources. It has lands and spells, so you can maybe get there. But it wasn't like, you know, when you draw up, like, I'm going to play Dreadnought, and these are going to be my hands. Like, it didn't have all of the cards that you would want in the hands that you would want to have. But
Can you chat on the big screen, or is that possible?
Why
We'll make it smaller.
No, I can make.
why do you want to see the chat?
I'm just curious. I want to know what people are saying. We can't hear you guys.
Oh.
So we love something.
I can make that happen.
If you can't, don't worry about it. But if it's not a big deal,
Yeah, let me see if I can find a way.
try. But don't go too hard. Like just try a little bit.
Boy. How am I gonna do that?
We have a request from Mano to put the chat on the big screen so they can all see, so the crowd can see.
So if you guys are at home watching LOBSTERCON from, I don't know, the comfort of your own couch,
Most likely.
or probably like you're hunched over a computer because you're like some sort of digital caveman, I would assume.
You're on your phone.
Oh yeah, well, maybe you're like under the covers watching it on your phone because you're scared of the world. So like, but any of those things, you don't know what's going on at LOBSTERCON outside of just this match that's being streamed.
Correct.
And what's going on is the consumption of copious amounts of alcohol
Yes,
by the
indeed.
pre-modern community. So they might just roll in and be like, "Oh, excuse me, well, can you put the chat on the big screen? But if it's just a lot of trouble and it sucks, I'll tell you." So that's what you're missing right now.
Yeah, pretty sure that whole audience out there has a very high blood alcohol content right
So
now.
Kyrian Gamer is watching on the iPad undercovers,
All right.
just comfy.
Yeah.
So it's just like I would read that as like maybe couch for me,
Who?
and then just but like transpose that to under the covers on the bed.
I mean, who needs a big screen when you can be under the covers with an iPad?
Judder Mang, you wish you were here, not you wish you was here. That's the subjunctive tense. Your 7th grade English teacher is incredibly
We got the grammar hammer coming in.
incredibly upset with you right now.
So here's an interesting thing. Both of these guys are hometown heroes.
They're both Boston locals, yeah.
And yet, Coyle is representing the Duress crew, so it seems like he's the hometown hero because there are many, many Duress crew out there.
All right. Selden has presented. Cutting and cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Whereas Coyle is just like picking cards off of his deck and putting them to his hand. I have to say,
How do you do it?
It's like Selden did. That's how you.
Yeah,
that's
put
how
it
you
down.
avoid accidentally. So I learned this back in the this never actually happened to me, but I learned the technique so that it wouldn't happen to me, which is that back in the day, if you drew an extra card like at REL3 or whatever, it was just
It's like a game
it's just
loss.
an instantaneous game loss.
Yeah.
So I learned it from Dave Humphreys actually. So
Okay.
he's always put the cards down and then pick them up.
Be sure you can count them. So it's funny you say that because I was watching the semis match, the first ones that weren't streamed between Selden and Cameron Heiss. Selden goes turn 1, portent, draws 4 cards.
Wow.
But in this community, that's just a simple shuffle it, do it again.
Duress crew, best crew. Hi, Mom. Gotta get rid of that Twitch chat from the stream. Will be horrible for the archives. Steve2112 Rush.
Tell Steve I don't care.
I really appreciate how you're looking into the future.
We're playing to a lot of audiences
We
here.
need more people aligned with your vision for something other than whatever is just happening right in front of them right now.
Duress Crew wants us to know they're from Worcester, not Boston. You're still hometown heroes.
So Brian is actually from Boston. Duress Crew's from Worcester, Mass. How far is Worcester from here?
I think it's like an hour.
An hour? That's like local.
Yeah, it's local enough.
Like people from Long Island claim to be from New York. We're from New York. That's not.
But
a
I think
borough.
people from Boston consider that Western Mass.
I see. Oh, so Steve2112 Rush, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Was waiting to get roasted. Why would you get roasted for doing something good? What kind of horrible priors do you have that doing good things makes you worried that you're going to be excoriated over stream?
I think people are lining up to be roasted by Michael J.
6 people were roasted today.
That's it?
6 people were roasted by fire blasts, incinerates, etc.
Gotcha.
And 2 escaped the roasting. My Flores would never what? And Days on the combo. Does Selden have a cover spell?
He's got a foil.
This is it. Oh, that is a costly cover spell. Discarding Phyrexian
Another
Dreadnought. So he's basically on 1 card.
And it
No?
looks like Coyle has 2 Dreadnoughts in hand, but now that he's behind on land, let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, but like blocking is a pretty good counterplay here.
That's what he's got to do.
If Selden's last card is like a counter spell or something, he's probably in pretty good position. No land.
Oh, he only had 1
Ouch.
land. All right.
And it's going to be 1 apiece. Vision Charm.
Okay, that'll keep you alive.
You gotta just let it go. Interesting that Selden is reading this. He tried the exact same play last game.
Oh, he's getting up. Is he rage quitting?
Separate visits declared. What is this? What is going on in the chat? This doesn't have to do with the finals of LOBSTERCON. Let's focus, chat, on this epic battle between Mike Coyle's Black Blue Dreadnought and Brian Selden's Mono Blue Dreadnought.
Shrimp, shrimp, shrimp. All right, it is phased out. He gets to stay alive
2
another
mana.
turn. Does he find the island or any land? Yes, he does. He finds another land.
What does Vision Charm do? Just Google it.
And they pack it in. We are going to game 3.
Shout out from Singapore. Hello, Singapore, and welcome to the stream. This is the finals of LOBSTERCON. Defending champion Brian Selden with his Mono Blue Dreadnought deck up against the Duress Crew's Mike Coyle, the rare Duress Crew member with actual Duress in his deck. Let's celebrate the diversity. Actually, I know that you're being facetious when you say that, but I think Selden's deck is really awesome, and I really liked it when the Black Blue Dreadnought deck emerged. Wasn't it supposed to be a Psychotog deck, and it like barely qualified for like some theme tournament, and that just turned out to be good.
Yeah, it was Aaron Dix.
Yeah.
Who was playing it as Psychonaut. But I had been playing Blue Black Dreadnought with a Psychotog in it for a while. It's just, it's the perfect card to be your other threat. You know,
Yeah, it's
it
great.
slides so well into
I like how
Dreadnought.
it can interact with Terravor.
Yes, indeed.
I like that.
Did you see the stream earlier?
No, I was playing in the tournament.
It was Coyle. It was Coyle versus I forget who on Red Green Oath, and he's building up his Terravors. There's a Dreadnought out, and 2 Terravors, and it's like now there's 6/6s, now there's 7/7s, and it's like eventually getting to the point where these Terravors are going to overtop the Dreadnought. Then Psychotog comes down. Now they're 2/2s.
Math. Come on, Coyle, bring it home, says Joyful Waffle.
That's a nice name, Joyful Waffle.
Moises the Cool says, I hope both teams have fun. What teams? It's like, I mean, I guess Mike Coyle is representing the dress crew, but Brian Selden is a lone wolf.
He is a lone wolf indeed. Has been since 1998.
Shout out to Aaron Dix. Finally got to meet him IRL today. Nicest dude ever.
Yes, he is.
You've met all the dudes.
Aaron
You've
is a
met
mensch.
every dude, so you know that Aaron is the nicest one.
Step right up. Who wants to get roasted next?
Read my name. This is the finals I dreamt of. I can't read your name. We have a black background, and it's like impossible to read words.
Well, I can read all the other colors, but not that dark blue. Oh, can you highlight? Stifle Knot.
Oh.
Stifle Knot, N-O-T.
LOL. How hilario. All right, so this is game 3. They're 1-1. Is Selden taking a mulligan? Is that what's going on?
I believe so.
No, I think he just got done shuffling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Will
Yeah,
says that
shuffling.
he is just on pause shuffling, is not taking a mulligan. If he only picks up 6 cards, then we'll know that Will was not paying attention and was just trying to seem smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he passed it off pretty well.
Maker Mav, I have to agree with you. Brian giving us the gold bordered survivals. Only reason I play survival decks.
So that's, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. That's the internet connection. Shoot.
Stream's still going.
Hold them for a second if they want to.
Oh, wait. Not now. Is it
chat.
frozen for chat?
Stream's dead.
Stream is dead. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Jared, stop the finals.
Stop it for a second. It still says I'm live.
Is the stream going?
I'm going to try and refresh this.
And we back, says Fran. We're back, says Maker Mav.
Revive the hamster? All right, so duress. What's
Should I
duress?
run out there and tell them we're good?
What's duress gonna take?
All right, let me go tell them.
Just throw things.
All right, so Hike Maris is, I don't know, like leaving the room. I guess I've offended him. The question is, what will duress take? It takes foil. I think I would have taken stifle.
Stream is good, but the projection is not. So, do we say screw that?
I don't know, man.
Just give it a second.
All day with no
We're seeing the
problems until now.
lobster logo.
We're seeing the lobster logo? That's not me.
He started the wall. So this is on screen, but he started the wall for replays.
Everything's kosher on this end.
They're just playing. There's no commentary that's happening right now.
All right.
Just
Well, we're
Magic
recording this
is-
for posterity, so you can commentate.
magic as Garfield intended, with no commentary reel.
It's just the lobster logo.
Also, yeah, so Fran just pointed out that the Baloth is currently not covering Mike Coyle's hand.
So is it out there?
She's got the blue LOBSTERCON screen.
Yeah, the stream is going
Oh,
just
no,
fine.
yeah, it's on SLT, just not this one.
Tell him to refresh the stream. He might be It might be playing the playback. Refresh the stream.
I'm sorry, you're not getting the commentary you're looking for. It's chaos here at LobsterCon. Drunken Magic players are just barging into every room, complaining about, oh, the stream is not up. When Brian Selden and Mike Coyle are trying to determine who the greatest pre-modern player in the, shall we use the word country of North America is. Region, continent, incontinent.
They're watching a Twitch ad, but it's going to be fine.
Okay. Hike Maris was captured by barbarians,
I'm back.
but after they discarded a card,
I made it out.
made it back. All right, Portent myself, says Mike Coyle. So we have an underground river, a tapped island, a Portent versus 3 islands.
Oh,
and
that's pretty loud.
We've seen Selden's hand earlier. Lanny's Discord updates for LobsterCon were epic last year. Oh, that was Phil. So instead of roasting him, I'll just appreciate Phil because he's such a good person. Truth, MTG banding. Yes. Let's all agree with Phil. All right. So the first of what I assume to be 6 Flash of Insights have just been cast. So the cool thing about Flash of Insight is once you cast a Flash of Insight, it gets you closer to the next Flash of Insight.
Mm-hmm.
Selden, despite having cast that Flash of Insight, missed his land drop.
I don't think I've ever hard cast a Flash of Insight for more than 1.
When you say hard cast, you mean like the front side?
Yeah, like from your hand.
Where can I get those Flores sleeves? Oh, Dimitri. Sonny had them printed up. I was originally not going to come to LobsterCon, and Sonny had them printed up so that I guess I could be here in spirit. And he had about 10 sets created that the New York crew were playing, but I did end up coming, so I played them. I don't know. I think Sonny's probably going to print up more. They went they sold out. So, I mean,
I'm sure they're very popular.
they're very. If you want to just be happy looking at your Magic cards all day, think to yourself, oh, what is the most handsome face I can think of while playing Magic the Gathering that's also available on sleeves, right? So that's a very specific overlap. I'll be honest with you. It's that or I guess Soren Markov.
Not only that, it's handsome from in his prime.
Just 20 years ago. Man, hitting land drops is so OP. Let's see. Brian has been the master of hitting land drops. He literally missed his land drop last turn for him after having cast Flash of Insight. So this is an aggressive gush. What if Mike reduced? It's been many decades already.
Called decades.
So Mike Coyle has missed a bunch of land drops, though, right?
I think that's what Fran was saying. Why Brian is getting all the land drops, because Coyle has not
gotten the land drops. Steve2112 Rush. Are you just trying to be my favorite person? So you're just looking to the future. You're obviously a beneficent person, and then also you own a paper copy of Decade. I think that, Will, I think we should make, can we put a little icon next to Steve 2112 Rush so that to indicate that he is just the most superior person in the chat?
We probably can, but we need to break something if I try, so we're not going to risk it today. But Steve, you are a very special person.
Okay, they can't hear you, Will.
I know they can't.
Will just said we're not risking it after that little fire drill we just had.
Yeah, I'm done.
We're not taking any chances.
So Flash
Therapy.
Flash of Insight is just a pre-modern memory deluge, as if anyone in the chat knows what a memory deluge is.
I don't.
Yes, Ike Maris doesn't know what it is. Counter Magia on
Therapy. Well, that therapy is not getting flashed back anytime soon.
All right. A clock. Let's go. 2-2 for 0. It's basically a Frogmite. Another card pre-modern players probably don't know. A Dreadnought. What do we got here? Ding, 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 ding,
No.
ding.
forcing him to make the right play and counter the Dreadnought.
instead of the next spell. Memory Deluge is banned in what format? Zack in Flames. Take 2. Waves on the churn. I mean, but poor Mike Coyle has still not played his 3rd land.
He has not. He is not hitting those land drops.
Therapy art goes so hard. One of the best in the format. Well, I don't agree.
It's pretty.
You know what the best art is? Earthbind.
You're a Hoover fan too, right?
I'm the biggest Hoover.
Yeah, me as well. My coaster is a graded alpha regeneration.
Oh, nice. So, counter Magia on Psychotog. That would have been the game. It's a bad result.
That
Dr.
was why
T.
he needed to hit that 3rd land drop. Oh, and now we have a Dreadnought.
And it's going to be a Stifle.
Looking good for the champ.
No, I mean, and Mike Coyle is tapped out right now. What could he have? Could he have?
I believe he runs Smother.
Could he have a 13th life point? Because if he doesn't have a 13th life point, we're going to see a back-to-back champion.
I believe, is that a Smother in the back of his hand?
Word to your smother. Rut-row Raggy. Okay. Oh,
okay.
a blocker.
A blocker.
A blocker. Vision Charm is not the card you want here. What you'd rather have is a 13th life point than a Vision Charm. Stifle. Okay.
And Selden has a Vision Charm.
Yeah. He is.
And he has Vision Charm it with Counterspell backup. Oh, but instead he's just going to counter Stifle.
Oh.
Stifle again.
So this is the full lockdown, right? So Selden just wait until his own turn so that he doesn't get, like, double dazed or something.
Yeah.
And then he can just Vision Charm and attack for the kill.
And he also has a Chain of Vapor, but that's not very good right now.
A Chain of Vapor would also be lethal.
No, because he bounces it back at his.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
Exactly.
Why would I do that? And a Vision Charm.
And it's over. Selden with 2 championships back to back.
Did you draft Selden, Will?
Under his belt.
What? Huh? All right.
Unbelievable.
Brian Selden, back-to-back champion. What are you going to do next?
Yeah, I mean, all right, so there's the prizes. I got to do a little bit of artworking on there. See the shining eye of the Dreadnought.
Oh, a Dreadnought is an excellent prize. Oh,
And then Survival is the championship.
No, wait. No, I did pick Selden.
You did get Selden.
I did get
You got Selden?
I picked this Selden last year, too.
Oh, my God.
How many people?
So you're undefeated in draft.
How many people from the draft made it into the top
and
3?
signing the recurring nightmare that he's giving to people.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. Yep.
Yes. What a day it has been. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This has been quite the LOBSTERCon, and it is now in the books. Big thank you to Will here for doing all of the setup, planning, making the stream really happen. I hear Jared out there.
If you hear a bunch of noise, that's just vandals at the gate. I guess they don't want to have an orderly stream. Oh, somebody won LOBSTERCon. Let's cheer.
Oh, Dimitri says he gives the survival to the people who beat him. However, I believe only Javier beat him. Man.